I'm Matt Hayes. I haven't got much in common with Barbara Kijewski, really. She's German and I'm English. She's a girl, I'm a boy. She's quite young and I'm, I suppose, a bit oldish. But we both share a passion for fishing. And that's why we've decided to go on the ultimate fishing road trip together to Ontario. So this is it, our Ontario adventure has begun. Babs is at the wheel, we've got the open road in front of us, and we're heading now towards one of the world's most iconic lakes, at least if you're a fisherman, that is. And it's a lake called the Lake of the Woods. It's pretty obvious where it got its name. We're surrounded by classic Canadian scenery. But you know, this is one heck of a piece of water. It's got about 110,000 kilometres of shoreline. 14,500 islands. It's 110 kilometres wide and 110 kilometres long. So that makes it a very, very big piece of water. But the Lake of the Woods is particularly famous for one of the world's most iconic game fishes. It's a species of pike known as the muskie to those that fish for it regularly, and to the rest of us as the musky lunge. It's a little bit like our own pike, the northern pike. The coloration's different, and so too are its habits. We're on our way now to a place called Totem Lodge Resort, and I'm hoping that their guides there will tell us more about muskies and musky fishing. But the most important thing of all is I've dreamt about fishing for this species of fish since I was a little kid, when I read about it in books and saw photographs, and one day I thought I'd love to catch a muskie. And here we are, me and Babs, one ambition, to see a muskie. If we catch one, that's even better. So have you ever been to this part of the world before, Babs?
Oh, this is my first time here in Canada. So very exciting for me.
Yes, it's exciting for me. I've been to Canada before.
For fishing?
We did some fishing. We were fishing for things like sturgeon, bull trout, which is actually a species of char, not trout, but anyway, and Chinook salmon. But for me, you know, Ontario's where it's at because of this obsession I've got with the muskie. I don't know how you feel about muskies, but for me, I just think they're one of my bucket list fish.
Me too. Musky is so a beautiful fish. It's very exciting, but it's a tricky fish, so you can't catch some of one day. So only maybe one. Maybe.
I heard it's the fish of 10,000 casts. Did you know that?
I know.
You know,
but
that's a bit
I'm
scary.
training my muscles.
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. I want you to count. I think 10,000 is excessive. I think people of our ability, 1,000 is enough, don't you? I'll be happy if I get one. Whilst Babs unloaded the truck and prepared the tackle at our lodge, it gave me the opportunity to visit the historic town of Sault Narrows on the lake, a place steeped in history. And my first port of call was the Sport Fishing Centre, to step back in time to my childhood years. This is heaven for me, looking at these old American fishing lures. There's something about them that really strikes a chord, and I know what it is. You see this little lure here? This is a Hedden River Runt, and I owned one exactly like this and fished on the River Severn with it when I was a kid. Over here you've got another Hedden lure. This style and design was actually copied by Abu when they designed the high-low. I caught my first River Severn pike on an Abu high-low, a lure very, very much like this one. I know the names of all of them. These are lazy ikes over here. The same sort of pattern was also used to make a thing called the quickfish. At the back you've got the Shakespeare Slim Jim, and down here the wonderful, wonderful bassarinos. Something about these lures which I just find intoxicating actually. They're just beautiful, so simple in their design. But I was using lures like this when I was a kid, and these simple wooden lures endured for many, many generations. But what's really great is when you bought this stuff, they came in these fabulous boxes. I love the typefaces, the fonts, the imagery. Look at that, genuine head and spook river runt. Could only have come from one period. And all of this imagery, the designs, the tactile nature of them, I just love it. I'm very lucky to be able to do this. This is a lure called a creek chub pikey, and believe it or not, the British record pike was caught on one of these. It's a lure that's still in production today. It's changed a little bit, but not much. The basic design is the same, and therein the name lies part of the appeal. Creek chub pikey. To a boy from Birmingham, that was as exotic as French cuisine. Well, this is it, Babs. We're on the way.
We're on the way.
We're on the way.
We're on the way to the big muskies.
Our first ever musky fishing trip. How exciting is that?
Yes, it's very exciting for me too. I hope I catch my first muskie today.
I hope you do. And I hope it's an inch shorter than mine.
Okay. What technique do you want to use? So the first spot is very shallow. You're with the fly. I think you have the best
maybe.
opinion.
Yeah, if it's a shallow spot, we'll try with a fly, yeah.
You'd be able to do it with the fly where we're going in the first spot.
Okay, well, I can try.
Yeah. You never know around here, man. It's a total surprise.
Right, let's go. Let's go fishing.
Yay. Well, we've been motoring on this amazing lake. This is the Lake of the Woods, and it's just vast. And one part looks pretty much like another. I wouldn't have a clue where to go if I was driving in this boat. There are so many islands and bays and inlets. It's just fascinating. Mark's brought us into this place, which is about a 30-minute ride from the lodge. And this is a really shallow bay, and he likes it because, believe it or not, this is actually a cold front. It was 35 degrees here a few days ago. Now it's dropped down into the 20s. And his experience tells him that the muskies will go into the shallower bays and often lie in among dense weed. So what we've got here is we've got about 7 feet of water, but 5 feet of it is weeds with just 2 feet of clear water over the top. And he reckons the muskies could be in here. So we're going to give it a go. Babs is going to use a spinning rod. So she's got a big advantage in terms of distance, but Mark thinks I might have a shot on the fly, so I'm going to give it a go with this big old fly here. Will kind of open up in the water, and it's got a lot of flash, and it's like chucking the budgie, actually, the family budgerigar, but you know, I've done it before, so let's give it a go anyway and see if we can meet musky heaven on our first attempt. Well, my first impression of this place is it's certainly not a disappointment. It's such a massive, massive piece of water, and it's a little bit overawing in some respects, you know. But I'm really excited about it, and I just think it's just a great place to be fishing, and I can't really believe I'm here. Well, how about that? I had a really nice fish hit the fly. I don't know what it was. It could have been a small muskie or a pike. and it got straight into the weed. And that's what I got back. But I did have a fish on, honest. Yes, we've got a fish on. It just zoomed out of the weed and nailed my fly. We don't even know what it is yet. It might be a pike or... could even be a bass, actually. Oh, look at that.
Oh, this is a smallmouth bass.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's quite big if it's a smallmouth bass. Yeah, this really knows how to fight. Look, this is a 9-weight pike fly rod, and this fish is, well, he's going like the girlfriend's sister. Here he comes. Now he might be ready. Look at him, he's really angry. What a beautiful fish. Wow, look at that.
It's really dark. Oh,
Greedy lad.
cool.
I'm really pleased about that. It may not be a muskie, but that's a nice fish. A really nice fish. It's a little bit like a really big perch, isn't it? Well, this is a smallmouth bass. There's two major species, the largemouth and the smallmouth. And a smallmouth bass this is a fairly big fish. It's probably about 3.5 pounds. Really nice fish, and you know, I'm delighted. It's a great start, but I think we should get it back in the water. It's a really hot day.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pop the hook out. There we go. And I'll put it back in the net so that Babs can release it.
Super cool. He's cool.
Ah, it's a nice fish, Babs. I'm pleased about that. Look at that.
You don't want... Oh,
There he's out. He's gone.
he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Very good.
Ooh, well, it's a start.
That's a good
It's
start.
not a muskie, but it's a fish, huh?
Oh, it's a fish.
The muskie hunt was underway, but I didn't want to come to the Lake of the Woods without understanding its cultural First Nation history and what it was like before the fast boats arrived and angling tourism exploded. I caught up with Andy White, who painted a picture of a much slower pace of life. Do you think this place has changed much, the lake?
You know, a long time ago, even myself as a young child, I used to remember my parents start paddling from the reserve in about 8 miles, 10 miles straight out on the lake. I remember them putting us in the canoe and start paddling all the way to the area of where we were doing blueberry picking or wild rice picking or fish where the fish were spawning, stuff like that. So that's where they used to go, and you reminisce all the background about what must have been. Because if you go out on the lake, not far from this area, there's a lot of rock paintings.
Yeah.
You know, telling you that native people were there doing their feast or fasting. You know, that's symbolizing that.
So that
they
helps
were there.
you
Yeah.
to actually picture that scene.
Yeah.
So I'm not that far wrong. When I'm coming back down the Lake of the Woods thinking about Native Americans paddling canoes, you think of the same stuff.
Yeah. That's how you think it.
Now there could be a muskie anywhere in this bay. We've got loads of structure on the bottom. I can feel the lure just bouncing off the rocks, and I'm told that's the kind of stuff they really like. And I'm trying to watch the lure at the end of the cast, because the muskie's notorious for following lures and not actually taking them, and that's why you make this kind of figure of 8 retrieve at the end just to speed the lure up, and sometimes that triggers the muskie into striking. It's a really interesting technique, and it's one that I really need to learn, I think. So what do you think I should throw at them now, Mark?
This is a wise choice because we have shallow water over here, and this spinner could just cruise right on top of the rocks. You can even slow it down, just let it sink a little bit. And if there's a muskie around, should jump after this guy right here.
That does look like something that you'd find on top of the Christmas tree.
Yes, it would.
Are you seriously suggesting that I should throw the Christmas fairy at these muskies?
This one would be the best.
It's the Larry Grayson of lures.
There's a really big arch right here at 20 feet down. I guarantee you that's a muskie sitting right there. So what's gonna happen as the sun goes down, these skis come up on the shallow flats and feed. Hopefully we'll get one right over here. Right in front of you, actually, where you want to be casting.
Okie dokie.
Oh, got a head. Ah,
Oh yeah, this spot right here.
I think I had a hit from a fish. Oh, look what I catch! A crab.
Oh,
Oh, lovely. Come on. Ooh. Like me. Whoa. Okay. Goodbye, my friend. Oh. My bait works.
well, I must admit, I feel like a very small dot on a very big landscape out here. It's an amazing place, and this bay is just fantastic. But Babs has had a couple of touches on her soft plastic lure. I'm using Billy Bucktail now, having given Liberace a good swim earlier on and Chopper Harris. But he's gone a little bit quiet on my rod, and I'm rather missing the fly, because I did actually have a few hits on the fly, 3 bites in one bay, so I'm itching to get back on that. But in this sort of water, when in Rome,
Oh, I got one.
well done, Babs. Oh, little guy.
I fished my soft lure.
I don't think we need the net for that one.
Oh, this is a small one.
It's a pike though, look.
It's a northern pike.
I'll chin him out for you.
Okay, you can.
You bring him here, Babs. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's a little northern pike, Babs. Ooh. Well done. You take him. There you are.
Great.
Well, that's your first Canadian fish, Babs.
Yeah.
Well done.
Could be a little bit bigger, but it's the first fish. I'm very happy.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Well done.
Boom.
Woohoo! Well done, Babs. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, a last foray on the fly. We're running out of light now, and it's been a really interesting day. No muskie, of course. It's a bit disappointing, but at least Babs and I have actually caught our first fish of the trip on the Ontario, and I think that's pretty important. It's a good confidence boost. And tomorrow's another day. We're a bit the wiser. We've learned a little bit about the lake. We've seen what an amazing place it is. It's a privilege just to fish in a place like this, let's be honest. And the Lake of the Woods, yeah, I love it. And I feel really good about tomorrow, actually. I do. I know you've been hatching plots. So, tell me then, oh wise one.
Okay, I talked with Mark, with our guide,
Yep.
And the plan for today is find special place for fish.
I like the sound of it already.
The plan is to find shallow area, better in the rock, and here you can see there's a shallow area. And we also have, because of the rock, a good cover and current. We will find the bait fish there, minnows.
In the shallow water?
Yeah.
Yep.
Also the big musky wait for us. We will fish here, here, and here. And we have a break here at Skeet Islands for a beautiful shoreline.
Oh, well, that sounds terribly civilised.
Yeah, it is.
What I was thinking of is that we could synchronise watches. You could be parachuted into this point here, whereas I'll be over here. You swim along this channel here, past the man-eating sharks, then navigate Snake Island armed with the knife in your teeth.
Round around the Turtle
To
Island.
here, yeah, and you then swim into this channel, and then a helicopter will drop me to meet you here. How's that?
Perfect.
Come on then. The first visitors to arrive in the Lake of the Woods region were fur trappers, but it wasn't until the early 1900s that the sport fishing began. In the late 70s, Totem Lodge was bought by the Brown family, who transformed the business, and now they have as many as 5,000 fishing visitors a year to an environment that can be a place of extremes, as our host Eric Brown Jr. explained. What I'm curious about is we're sitting here now, bathed in sunshine, glorious, but just take me through the seasons here, how it kind of plays out.
Well, we do, I'd say, of anywhere in the world, we see the most extremes here. We go from -40 in the winter in January to just last week was plus 35 degrees.
So you go from -40, that's not unusual.
It's pretty wild to just sit here and watch the weather change, you know, from season to season.
And the Lake of the Woods itself, presumably, it freezes, I guess.
Yes, it actually freezes to about 3 or 4 feet. And where we're sitting right now with boats, we'll actually be driving on this in the winter. We'll plow ice roads.
Tell me a little bit about the muskie then. Why is the muskie such? It is revered, isn't it? I mean, among North American sport fishes, freshwater sport fishes, the muskie's got this kind of aura. Why?
Because they're the biggest, baddest fish around. They grow to be 50 to 60 inches. They're considered a predator, so they're going to go after anything they see. They're like the king of the jungle. They're like the lion of the lake.
And beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
You know, I can think back to when I was a kid. I read about the Lake of the Woods. I mean, we didn't read about much North American fishing, but I've known about Lake of the Woods for a long time. It's just a special place, I think.
It is. It's world-renowned, absolutely. It's the best freshwater lake in the world for muskie.
So realistically, I'm going to push you now, I've got a couple of days to try and catch a muskie. Maybe Babs will catch it. It doesn't really matter to me, but have we got a chance?
You got a great chance. I have faith in you.
I like it. Put it there.
This is the second day here in Canada and I feel very confident. I trust my bait and I have a good feeling about this spot. I know the minnows are inside the shallow area and I know the big muskie must be here.
Yeah, I must admit I'm feeling pretty confident today myself. I think all the stars are beginning to align now. The weather's good. The wind's in the right direction. We've got some great spots. We've got a good guide. We've got all the right lures. No excuses, really.
Oh, got one! Oh, got one!
Well done,
oh,
Babs.
this was a big hook. Ooh,
That's great. Let me crank in.
it must be a muskie.
Ooh.
Oh, Oh.
Put that there, Babs. I'm
You
gonna
know,
get the net ready.
I fish a bait that looks like a walleye.
Yeah,
My
I can
brain
see
is
it. I can see it.
completely closed. You see that?
Yeah, it's a nice fish, Babs. Yes! Well done, Babs.
Cool.
Well done.
Oh, wait.
It's a nice pike. Lovely pike. Yeah, beautiful. It's a fantastic fish, Babs. Really beautifully marked, I think. It's not a muskie, but it's the northern pike, and actually that's the pike that we fish for back in Europe. We don't have the muskie in Europe, but we do have the northern pike, and I really love the markings on this fish. It's really special. Beautiful crazy paving markings, really boldly marked. Nice contrast. Nice fat pike, look at that.
Wow, look at that.
Beautiful. That's a nice fish, Babs.
Really beautiful, yeah, it is, huh? Maybe 12 pounds. I feel very happy.
Well, I think that Babs has made a really great start, and this is a wonderful place. It's a lovely bay. The wind's blowing into it, which is always a good thing. We've seen a lot of small bait fish skipping on the surface and just swimming around generally, so there's food here for the fish. They've got cover and structure. There's rocks here, fallen trees, plants at that end. It's got everything that predatory fish love, and of course it's got fish. Babs has proved that because she's caught two. I've got a fish, yeah.
Oh, it's a muskie?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a fat pike. Whoa! Woohoo!
Oh,
Look at that, Babs. What a beautiful fish. Look at that. Look how strong the fish is. Yeah, he's coming up. Don't worry, he's coming up. Nice pike. If I pass you the rod, I'll
Yeah,
take
of
the
course.
fish. Look at that. Lovely pike. Not so long, but really deep fish. And he's swallowed that bait, look. The hook's out now, look.
Oh.
There he goes. Look, I can still, look, he's unhooked. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
He hasn't realised.
Great.
Well, 3 pike,
Very good start.
no muskie, but I think we're getting closer.
Yeah.
Do you? You've seen a muskie.
Mm.
And we've caught 2 really nice pike and a small one. So, I don't know, maybe I should throw the fly into those thick weeds, do you think?
I'm thinking about to fish bigger lures.
Maybe, yeah.
So, good.
Big fish, big lure.
Yeah.
Well, this is it, Babs. This is the place we're going to have lunch. I can see the smoke in the woods there. Come on, Sleeping Beauty, food's ready. Oh, Barbara. Food's ready.
I have a deep nap.
Yeah, you've been sleeping for 3 hours?
Really?
Yeah,
3 hours?
yeah. There's nothing quite like eating fresh fish cooked on the bank. And our chef today, for a serving of walleye, potatoes, bacon and beans, is local guide Claude LeBlanc. A keen angler, Claude's fallen in love with the Canadian outdoor lifestyle, and his cooking skills are so refined he's even written a book about shore lunches. I might take him home with me. This is the life, Babs. Ah, the call of the wild. Cooking food outdoors, the fire, lake of the woods, right next to you. Pike and Musky swimming probably just metres away. And Claude cooking our lunch. How good is that?
Smells so good.
This will be the first time I've eaten walleye, so.
Me too.
But it looks great, doesn't it?
We will never forget this situation.
No, this is a special moment.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to say, Claude, it's the first time I've eaten walleye, and it's really delicious. But I'm curious about how a hydraulics engineer ends up doing this. So tell me about it.
First of all, I've been an outdoors guy for 60 years. Even our school was right on the St. Lawrence River, and we had boats and docks there. And by the age of 10, we were fishing around with the teachers. So that's how I got into fishing for all my life. So I got curious, traveling through, I called Totem, asked them how I could get to the lodge. And so got my way in, and I really wanted to see, as I said, this beautiful area that my cousins have been logging on. So they offered me a job. I was not interested in the job. I didn't mind helping them open the lodge, but figured I'd be here a few days and then I'm out of here. And within a week I went to the owner and said, I love it, I'm spending the summer here. Not knowing how much he pays and not caring about it. And there was talk about a major project going up in Manitoba, so I figured I'm connected enough, I'll just get a job on this hydro project and next year, but just then spend a nice sabbatical here. Well, having fished all my life, since I was 8, fell in love with the whole system and got involved in managing and running departments and cooking and guiding. And
For me and Babs, this has been an amazing experience. We've come here to this wonderful lake, and then we get a guy like you, cooks us this wonderful shore lunch, so thank you very much.
it's a pleasure. And the bunch is pretty great too. I have to say that Eric Brown, the owner, takes good care of me. After a quarter century for him, I mean, we were just talking about it a couple of days ago, telling old friend, Claude is here till he dies, that's his home, and everybody knows it. So I've got family outside, but this has become my family now.
Well, as you can see, it's a little bit different to when we started. We're not on holiday anymore. The wind's really got up and it's raining, and Babs and I are just looking at the Lake of the Woods behind us and thinking there's some quite big waves on there today, so it couldn't be more different.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, we're brave souls, so we're going to try and fish anyway, and who knows, weather like this might be great for muskies. Yeah, right. What do you think we should do different today, Babs?
Oh, I will fish more smaller lures and more aggressive.
Will you?
Yeah, I will
interesting.
try.
Yeah, I thought about using slightly bigger lures actually.
Okay, that's not cool.
There you are, on you get. Well, this is it. Last gas saloon, pretty much our last chance to catch this amazing fish, the musky. We've had a day and a half fishing already, and we've come close. We've seen muskies following our lures. I think I may even have hooked one and lost it yesterday, which was frustrating. But this is it now. We're running out of time to catch a muskie, so we're going to concentrate really hard, maybe fish a little bit faster with our retrieve, but just concentrate and try and do our best to catch this fish that we're so desperate to see.
About 7 feet of water here. I'm pretty sure there's a big one hanging out in this area. The way the wind is blowing in here, bait fish is coming in, should be productive.
it's getting blowy now. There's a good wave on. Just a sudden gust just hit us there. It's a little bit wild today. And Babs is a bit wild too. She's kind of firing off casts here and there. She seems pumped up, I think. But you know, this wild weather is one of the great features of big waters. I love big water predator fishing because the venues can be so unpredictable. One day it's flat calm, it's sunny, everything seems benign and the lake's allowing you to enjoy your day out, and then the next day it's spitting its venom at you, just reminding you who's boss. These are big, wild, unspoilt places that time has weathered but not really changed, and yeah, they can be pretty wild and windy places, but that's part of the scene.
This is the best condition for the big muskie. I know that, and I will fight and I will work hard for the big fish.
I just made the figure of 8 and a muskie just rammed my lure right underneath me. I just brought the lure around and it almost left the water to take it. That was a muskie, definitely. Well, we've just seen our old friend again. We last fished this spot about 1.5 hours ago, and this is where the big muskie followed my lure in and came right under the boat, and we've just seen it again.
There's this muskie that hangs around here, and pretty much this is his house over here. He lives in this area, so whatever comes in his little home, he's going to investigate, and if he doesn't like it, he's going to attack it, not because he's hungry, but just out of frustration and anger. He doesn't want anybody living in this place, so he will defend it at all costs. Little fish, big fish, it doesn't matter. The only thing that will get him out of this area is a bigger muskie. If that happens, well, that's pretty good luck. I'm gonna try to catch that guy.
Seems like a very small lure for a big muskie, but sometimes this stuff works, you know. Give it something different. It's seen our lures now several times, and it's following them with its nose almost against the lure, but not taking. This really is one frustrating fish. It really has turned into a foul day. The wind's absolutely howling, and we had some pretty hairy adventures just to get here, crossing really wind-lashed bays and long straits with big waves on them, and now we're fishing in this narrow channel where there's actually a current being driven by the winds actually, and the fact that the water's pushed through this narrow channel here, and it's actually flowing. So we're trying a different style of fishing, vertical jig fishing in this current, just really trying a different technique to see if we can tempt a fish. But boy, we've been really close today. When I was making the figure of 8 early on, a huge muskie slashed at my lure, just about missed it. That was really exciting. And then about an hour later, another muskie was following my lure, and as luck would have it, unfortunately, Babs was trying to retrieve something over the side of the boat, and the fish saw us, and that was the end of that. So, you know, we've had a couple of really close encounters, and I don't think you can get much closer without catching one, really. Well, we're just trying now just about every lure in the box. The muskies followed us 3 or 4 times, and it's a really nice fish. It's the fish that we came here for, basically, but I just got a feeling it follows and it doesn't take. It kind of plays with you, you know, messes with your heartstrings. These are really difficult fish. They call them the fish of 10,000 casts, and to catch one takes a lot of patience and a lot of perseverance, but sometimes just some luck. plain dumb luck. He's a little bit too good for us, this one. He knows what we're up to, and he's just playing with us.
Woo. Oh, I think I had to hang on my lure, and I relaxed a little bit and hooked on, and then I hooked the fish.
You thought it was in the stones?
Yeah. Ooh, it's not a pike. No, it is
Is it
not
a bass?
Then it will be a big bass.
Are you sure it's not a pike?
No, it's not a pike.
I think, well, it could be a muskie.
It could be, but when it's a musky, well, it's a really huge one.
Yes,
It's
a
a
muskie.
musky, yeah, baby.
Go on, Babs.
Oh, it's a musky. Great.
Oh, that's a lovely fish, Babs.
Oh, it's a great one. It's good.
Beautiful fish, Babs. I can't risk it coming in the hooking on the net.
Please, put it in the net. Put it in the net. Yes! I'm so happy.
We got it. Look at that.
I can't believe it.
After all that. That's great.
Wow, what a wonderful moment.
Look at this. Well, this fish is what we've come all these miles to see, and I'm just delighted that Babs has caught it. Of course, I'd love to have caught the fish myself, but that's not really the point. This is the fish that we were so obsessed by, and you know, she cast out, everything went solid, and she thought that she'd hooked a rock, and suddenly the rock moved.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
It's just crazy, and this is the fish of 10,000 casts, and I bet you we've made close to that number. We've come close, but you've nailed it.
Oh, great.
Look at that fish.
Look at that massive fish. I can't believe it. That's my first musky, and that's a huge one, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful. Okay.
Thanks a lot for this great moment. I'm really, really happy. Thank you.
Everyone at home probably thinks we're completely mad, but you know, when you've spent a life pike fishing as we have, you hear about these legendary fish, the muskie, and you know, there's no more lake that's more of a legend in itself than the Lake of the Woods. I heard about it when I was a kid, and I never thought I'd see a muskie, and now I have.
And I think I made 100,000 casts. So my arms and my shoulders pained a lot. Oh no, but I'm happy. I'm really happy.
What a great story.
What a great moment.
That's I shared it with you. Great.
Yay!
It started as a childhood dream, and for two fishing adventurers from Europe, it ended with a fish of 10,000 casts. There are some moments that you share that will stay with you forever. So Babs has caught the muskie, but there's no rest for the wicked. The next stage of our journey beckons, and we've got just literally a few minutes to pack our stuff and head off into the local town, where our next task is to buy some provisions that are going to last us for several days. And the reason is that we're going to be taken by float plane to our own private island with its own lake right out in the middle of nowhere. It's proper wilderness fishing. There's no internet, there's no phones, just a lake full of fish, each other, and maybe a few bears for company.
After 3 days of fishing really hard and making thousands of casts, I was beginning to doubt whether we would ever catch a muskie. As the day was ending, I suddenly felt a hit. At first, I thought it was a rock, but then my rod came alive. My dream had come true. This is why I had come to Canada.
I'm Matt Hayes. I haven't got much in common with Barbara Kijewski really. She's German and I'm English. She's a girl, I'm a boy. She's quite young and I'm, I suppose, a bit oldish. But we both share a passion for fishing. And that's why we've decided to go on the ultimate fishing road trip together to Ontario. The open road, Barbara at the wheel, me navigating, surely it can't go wrong. We're actually leaving behind the Lake of the Woods now, and we're on our way to a place called Ignace. But this is no ordinary trip because as well as driving, we're also going to be catching a float plane. And the reason is that we're actually going to our own private island and lake for several days. We'll be able to take food, of course, which we're going to pick up on the way, but the weight restrictions on the plane mean that we can't actually take quite enough. So we're definitely going to have to catch some fish to eat. Now listen, Barbara, we're going to Ignace, but the name of the lake is Cessa Ganaga Lake.
Seseganaga.
Cessa Ganaga.
Ganaga.
No, not Ganagra. Seseganaga.
Seseganaga.
Nearly. Seseganaga.
Seseganaga.
Now, say this. It's about 6. That makes 36 inches. Close enough, it's a German version. Carry on. Try. I can't get the start. So here we go, Babs. Right, now we haven't got long.
Yo.
Remember that, you haven't got ages. You've got to get around quite quickly. So don't pick too many things.
Yeah, I know. Especially we need water. Water and beans.
We've got a lake full of water. Ah, look at these, Babs.
We will find there. We are in the nature, we will find
We'll
there.
pick our own.
Yeah. Little bit food for the bears, maybe.
Food for the bears. There are lots of vegetables, as you call them, right in front of you. And you walk past them to pick up a can of cat food for the bear. Brilliant. What about some tea?
Coffee,
Yes, I'm
coffee,
English.
really
No,
coffee.
tea.
Coffee is
No,
most
I
important.
have to put my foot down. Can I have peanuts then?
Peanuts for maybe for the swivels. No, not for
Ah,
the swivels.
the
For the
swivels.
small animals, you know what?
The swivels.
The swivels.
You mean the squirrels?
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
So it's a really bad word for me.
Squirrels. Fab. We're only going for a couple of days. Looks like we're going for a month.
But I'm a small girl with a lot of muscles. I need a lot of food.
Yes, I know.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
The next, right.
That's the one.
Yeah. Igneous airwaves.
That's it.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
waiting for
there's
us.
the plane. Look at that.
Cool.
Wow,
And
that's-
what a lovely weather.
look at that plane there, Babs.
Wow.
That's a beauty,
Cool.
isn't it? Look at the colour.
Super duper.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. And there's another one as well that's even bigger than this. It's a beauty, isn't it?
Super cool. I'm
Huh?
a little bit afraid.
Look at that one
but-
over there.
Wow.
That one's even older. That's even older than me. I know what you're thinking. That's not possible, but actually it is. That's the otter. That one's the beaver. I love float planes.
Really?
I do, especially when they're taking me on fishing adventures.
Okay.
I mean, look at
okay.
this
That's
thing.
the argument.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, a little bit.
Are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
You'll be all right. I've been in loads of these things.
Okay.
Hi, Brad. We're your next victim.
Matt, pleased to meet you.
Hi, I'm Matt. This is Babs.
Babs, pleased to meet you too. Welcome to Ignace Outposts.
Thank you.
Great. Well, we're excited about our trip. I suppose, I don't know, you've done this loads of times before. Just tell me what we're in for.
Are you ready to fly to some fantastic fishing?
I am.
That's what
I
we're
am.
going to do, okay?
Yeah.
Our aircraft are sitting at the dock. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
So we'll have you in the air momentarily. What we're going to do is fly you about 75 miles from Ignace up to a lake called Seseganaga.
Got the name wrong. Just say it again. Seseganaga.
Seseganaga. Seseganaga Lake.
Okay.
We call
Babs,
it,
it's not Seseganaga. No.
we
Anyway.
we call it SES for short, SES, okay?
Okay.
SES for short.
Yeah.
So we'll fly you up there. We've got a couple of cabins waiting on you. We'll
So the
set you
cabins
up.
are here, are
These
they?
are those spots here on the map, okay? I have 4 cabins on this lake. The lake is about 30,000 acres. As you can see, each of these lines here is a kilometer. You can see a perspective how big that lake is.
Wow.
Walleyes and northerns. You're going to be in the remote wilderness. You're going to be away from the roads, away from your cell phones, away from your internet. We call it the untethered vacation.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
You'll be lined to a fish.
Yeah.
But you're going to be away from the.
Ah, yeah, that's fine. I
Okay.
mean, that's what we want. So, species-wise, it's northern pike, walleyes mainly.
That's right. There is some lake trout in the lake.
Yeah.
But this isn't a good time of year to be fishing lake trout. If you want to take a little time to do it, you can try it. But I recommend you focus on the walleyes and northerns.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to get in the plane. They're awesome.
Well, I'll be flying one of the aircraft myself.
Great.
So we'll get you up there as soon as we can. We'll unload your gear, get it weighed out, give you a little briefing about the safety features of the aircraft, and get you going.
Brilliant. All right, Brad.
All right.
Look forward to it. Right, Babs, onward and upward.
It looked like that's a crash.
No,
it's not.
this is a
It's
water
landing.
bomber. It's picking up water to fight forest fire.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's not a crash.
Okay.
No, we don't do that here.
We are ready.
We are ready.
Yes.
Now let's go outside and get you on board that aircraft.
Well, that was great.
Oh, that was really great.
So you've seen one go. Now it's
Very
your turn.
gently, huh?
Oh, how good was that? Hey?
Oh, was amazing.
I
Oh,
told you
was
it'd be
so cool.
Yeah. Fantastic. And what a place, huh? Ooh.
Best fly ever.
Yeah, and you've got your own lake.
Yeah.
All several hundred miles of it. Well, this is it, Babs.
Is it?
We'll put this stuff in here, I think, on the already quite crowded table, because we've got a lot of stuff with us. So, this is it. What do you think?
Oh, it's cool.
You know, home for a few days. I love these old cabins. I love the smell.
Like fish, wood, and
Yeah, a little bit of old camping gas maybe and that sort of. But anyway, look, this is where you're going to be sleeping. Obviously, you've got a choice of different beds. We won't go into the stain there, but anyway, mine's clean, so that's all right. But anyway, this is a fairly basic room. Let's have a look through here. This is the kitchen, Babs, fitted and everything. Look, cupboards and...
But wait, this is the best, the old school oven.
Wow, yeah.
Let me see.
That is really cool.
Oh, I can't open.
Let's have a look.
great.
Look at that.
Super.
Yeah, great, isn't it? Now, obviously, I've saved the best till last. You've probably heard of the phrase, does a Babs poop in the woods? Well, the answer is no, she doesn't, because over here is the modern toilet. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
We say in German, Plumpsklo.
What?
Plumpsklo.
Plumsklo? Yeah. I'll just try it out. This seat is padded.
Luxury.
It's actually very comfortable. I'll spend many a happy moment out here.
But it works.
It works.
So
that's it. That is a tour of the facilities. Oh, and there's one that I forgot.
Oh, what?
The lake.
Oh, the lake is beautiful.
Outside your bedroom.
Yeah, it is.
Barbecues in the evening. Pike fishing and walleye fishing by day. I know how to treat a woman, you know.
I think we will have a great time here.
Me too. Come on, let's get settled in. Yeah, so here we are. Now we can do a little bit of fishing. It's time to explore this lake that we've got all to ourselves, but it is massive.
Yeah, a lot of water.
A lot of water, so we've got to have a game plan. And we've got some ideas, haven't we?
Yeah, I have a sonar with us. So, and one technique could be, one is trolling with a slow sinking lure because of the rocks inside the water. And one stands directly in the front of the boat and have a fast cast to the shore.
Good idea. Well, I think because we can explore the structure, if we go slowly, that's what trolling is, just pulling a lure behind the boat slowly. How about I'll drive the boat, troll with a lure, you can cast off the front.
Good idea.
So we keep to the structure, we look for the rocks and the things we think Pike like, we know that Pike like. And then later, you can drive the boat while I cast the fly off the front.
Good idea.
Okay.
That's the plan.
That's our plan.
Oh, look, the sun comes out.
Always shines on the righteous, Babs.
Okay, ready for fishing.
I have a sonar, Miss Babs.
Yeah, and I saw the first fish on the sonar, directly on the drop-off.
I know you are obsessed with this sonar.
Mr. Sonar.
Miss sonar. We've taken to the water in one of the camp boats, and our first task is to explore a little bit of this massive, huge, sprawling lake. If you had a whole lifetime to explore it, you probably wouldn't. It's a huge labyrinth of interconnecting bays and channels and huge open expanses of water, and there's lots of islands all over the place, so it's really, really interesting. The depths are all over the place, and really our first task is to just try and explore some of it and get a grip with where we think the fish might be. We're after walleye and pike, but you know, when you haven't fished a big water before, something like this, well, it can be a little bit intimidating. But for me and Babs, well, no problem. It's going to be fun exploring it. I think this is that bay.
We should try that first.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Okie doke. Do you want a banana?
You brought a banana on the boat. That's bad luck.
No, it isn't.
Yes, yes.
It is.
Yes.
No, it's a happy banana.
It might be a happy banana, but that's bad luck.
No,
And you know that all sea captains, if you bring a banana on the boat, they throw you overboard.
every time when I have a banana with me, I caught the biggest fish.
Okay, we're on 5 meters here now. Coming up. So you want to try some throws on this point?
Yeah. Right. Have the first
Do you want it a
cast.
bit slower?
No, I can cast very fast. So.
We're sticking to our game plan. Babs is going to cast in towards the shore and see if she can drag the pike out of the cover. And I'm basically the gilly. I'm steering the boat, but I'm going to troll a lure behind the boat, and you never know, I might pick up the odd bonus fish.
Matt, watch out, there's a really shallow area.
I can see
you
it,
must have.
yeah.
Ah, look, you can see the ground.
Yeah. Did you get a follower then?
No. You will hear that when I have a follower. A follower! The first pike! That's your face about my dance? Really? Oh, the first follower!
Oh.
Forgot my dance. The first follower, great.
You had a
Great
follow
sign.
then?
Maybe you can hit them.
I might do. I'm still trolling.
Was not so big one, but it was a pike.
Pike is pike, Babs.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we've just shut the engine down and we've motored into this really beautiful bay. Babs has changed her lure for something that doesn't attract quite so much weed. It's very weedy in here. The sort of place that especially small pike like. And you know, this lake is vast and it's a network of interconnected channels and bays. There's some islands around here, fingers of water going off in every direction you can imagine, and you could spend a whole lifetime exploring it. It's that big. Finding a fish here, of course, isn't that easy because it is so vast, but by exploring places that we know have got the right habitat for pike, we're hoping to be successful.
It's so much water here. We must explore everything.
I don't think we've got enough time, Babs. I think if we were here for 5 years, we wouldn't have enough time.
Oh, we can.
It's amazing.
It is. Oh, they are lily pads. Lily pads are always good for pike.
Well, it's rather amazing and slightly frustrating that on an incredible lake like this with so much good habitat and structure, We haven't caught a pike yet. Babs has had one follow on her lure. So we're going to head out to the other side now and check out if maybe the warmer water on that side might make a difference. The wind's blowing in this way, so it blows in warm surface water, but it could be the temperature's different on the other side of the bay, and that might make all the difference. We've just got to keep going through the changes and trying different stuff until we find the key to catching the pike.
Got one. I got one.
Babs has got one.
Yeah, I got one.
Hooray.
The first fish.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
At
Right in
last.
this moment, I try to think very positive. It's not a really big one, but it is a fish.
It's a pike.
It's a pike. Woo! Oh, look at that colors.
Beautiful dark
beautiful
pike,
pike.
yeah. Do you need the net, Babs, or are you going to?
No. Oh, look at that beautiful fish. Look at that color, so dark.
Nice pike.
That lure works always, especially when you don't know the lake. Leave them back.
I think so, Babs.
Thank you for the great moment, Pike.
Well done, Babs.
I got another one. Great. Oh, look at these lovely pike. Small.
Beautiful little pike.
Yeah. The color is very special. Yeah, spinner bait are the best bait for this. Woo!
Still with some cover. Looks good.
I think I had an attack. Yeah, there, the follower.
Oh,
Take
he's
it.
following, he's
Oh, was so funny. The small pike followed my bait directly on the boat, and I saw them and tried to keep cool, pull in, but the fish saw me and swim away. That's fishing. Very exciting, isn't it?
Well, it's always a woman's prerogative to change her mind, and they usually do in my experience, and Babs has decided before we leave this area she wants to try with a bigger, noisier lure to see if that will tempt a bigger pike. So she's using a lure called a jerk bait, and the idea is that it will wind up. If there's a bigger pike in the area, this lure might really annoy it and irritate it. So we'll give it a little bit longer before we head out to the deep water. I wonder whether we should try some fishing with jigs here over this structure, because we're marking walleye, and where there's walleye there could be pike.
Right.
So let's give it a go. Jigging. We'll drift out from that island across to this island here.
I agree with that.
I'm going to mainly just concentrate on steering the boat for you, Babs, but I'll hang a lure over the back just in case. You never know. Oh, we've got a feast of soft plastics here. Look at these, lads.
Take a bigger one.
30
not so
grams.
small.
Yeah, I know, but you're trying big, I'll try small. Well, let's see what works. I'm into a fish, Miss Babs, but I think it's probably a walleye.
You got one?
I've got a fish, yes. Well, it's not the target species, Miss Babs. It's a walleye. Actually, I must say, they're beautiful colour. Look at the yellow on its belly.
Yeah, right.
That's absolutely,
Like your lure.
absolutely stunning colours, isn't it?
Really dark and golden.
Beautiful. I'm sure there's a lot of them down there, so I'm going to let him go. Ah, I think this could be another walleye, Babs. Yes, it is. There must be so many down there. And this one, it's almost exactly the same size as the other one. They're like peas in a pod. Beautiful fish, really dark with vivid colours. But it's not a pike. Still, it's good sport. I'm going to have to use a bigger lure, I think. The walleyes are murdering this one. Well, we've tried a few methods to try and catch a bigger pike with no success so far. We started off by casting the shallow bay with traditional lures, and Babs caught a couple of small pike doing that. Then we tried some trolling fishing. Not much success there, not any actually. And then we went on to do some jig fishing and we got plagued by the walleye. So we're going to try a bit of fly fishing in the shallow bay now, just to see if the fish are feeding on smaller bait fishes, which the fly might be very good for imitating. So on a rough windy day like this, we're a little bit limited on our options, but this is one we're going to give it a go, and let's hope that we can handle the boat okay, because the wind's really picked up. Well, we've had a few throws on the fly. It's not easy, but the real problem now is that the wind's gathering strength, and I can't even see where to pitch the fly because the surface is getting really stirred up and I can't see where the weeds start and finish. And I've just got a feeling the way this wind's coming in, the weather's definitely changing. I think we could be in for a storm here, Babs. So I think maybe we should troll a little bit on the way back, but we really need to get back to the house because it could turn very nasty. This is the ice house, and it's worth thinking about in the old days how they managed to keep food fresh even in high summer and high temperatures. Well, they were pretty clever, you know. They didn't have any power, there was no electricity feeding into places like this, and yet they managed to keep ice all the way through from the winter through spring, high summer, right the way into autumn. And if I'm right, there should be some ice in here. Let's have a look. Well, you can see that this is all sawdust here, and if I can just dig away at it like this, I'm starting to expose some darker stuff, and if I'm right, this should be ice. You can see it moving there. Okay. So what we've got here is actually the ice from the lake, and it was cut last winter. Look how beautifully clear it is. Obviously there's sawdust on this side which you can obviously clean off with a little bit more time, but that's absolutely solid ice. Now this was cut from the lake last winter. So how do they do it? Well, the first thing to know is that it's cut using a chainsaw. So they cut the blocks off and then they stack them in here. But to prevent the ice from melting, all of the individual blocks are packed with snow to stop the air circulating around them. And then to insulate it, they cover the ice in sawdust. The end result is that this ice, and it really is cold, believe me, it's proper ice. This ice will last from the winter through till the following winter. So it's actually cut with a chainsaw in the spring, and then right now, here we are in August, late August, and last week it was plus 35 degrees, and yet this ice is perfectly preserved. Isn't that amazing? Found this safety manual in the cabin. It says here, dangerous things. The only really dangerous things with you in the wilderness is probably yourself. If you drink too much and become careless, you may hurt yourself. The best place to drink until you fall over is in the safety of your own basement, not here in the wilderness. Some, however, are dangerous to themselves even when sober. Fantastic.
We are here completely in the wilderness. We are no shops. I can't buy my food, so I must find my food by myself. And the plan is I will cook pancakes with berries. So I will try to find blueberries. Now I make the pancakes mix. 1.5 cup of water. I need a little bit more. And mix it. Must watch there are no lumps in. All right. Now I will check out if the pan hot enough. Ooh, it is. Ooh. Sprinkle the berries here. Great. It smells good. Let's have a look. The other side. Now it is ready. Oh, this is really nice. I'm very happy with that because I have a delicious breakfast now.
Well, last night the weather was horrendous. We got back to the dock just about in time to avoid a full-on storm, and it's really changed things this morning. It's much cooler, there's a bit of rain in the air. It's autumn now as opposed to the end of summer, and you sense here that things are going to turn very, very quickly and that winter's actually not that far away. That's how it is in these parts of the world, but it could be very good pike fishing conditions. We don't know yet, but we're going to do a lot more exploring because this massive lake offers so many possibilities.
We have a round in the shallow area with swim baits. I think the pike stands not in the deeper water because it's early in the morning, and we try to catch one, and after that we put heavier lure on it and round the island a little bit.
I think that's a good idea. And after that, if it's not too windy, we'll try in the bay with the fly, but let's see how the weather goes. Will the sonar tell me what the shares are on the FT index this morning? Oh, tell me, oh wise one. Where are the fish?
Oh, got one. Yeah, I got one.
Yes.
Got one. Ah, good. Put the engine off. Yeah, it's a pike.
Is it a big pike, Babs?
No, it is. But bigger than the other pikes.
Yes, a little bit bigger, isn't it? You know, the nice thing here, Babs, is that these pike have never been caught before.
Okay. The lure is outside. Look at this lovely pike. so dark. Cool. Going back. Oh, Matt, look at those dark clouds.
Oh yeah. I think that's heavy weather coming our way, Babs.
Yeah, thankful that we don't fish there.
I think we're going to get it anyway somehow. Maybe I should put a slightly bigger fly on. I think I will. Oh, there's a fish!
Yay! More little.
Not as small as the other one, but maybe I need a bigger fly. Yay!
Little John.
He's a little lad. I'll lift him out. Come on, little man. What's really interesting about these pike is that their ancestors have lived in this lake probably for tens of thousands of years, maybe even longer than that, and they're just really beautiful, pristine fish. You know, the pike, Babs, really, it's one of the world's greatest sport fish. When you think about it, you can find it in a lot of countries, the northern pike, and you can catch it on several different techniques. You can use bait, you can use lures like you were, you can use flies and still catch pike. So it's every man's sport fish in its way. They're open to a lot of people. They fight well, they jump sometimes. You can see the attack when you use this method. They're great fish really. They don't get enough credit, I don't think. Well, we're in really dense weed here. And of course, it's very difficult to fish with regular lures because every time you throw it in, the weed goes around the hooks and the lure doesn't work anymore. But there are certain types of flies and lures that are designed to fish through weed, and this is one of them. It's got what we call a weed guard, and it's just a little loop of line that goes from the eye of the hook and round the bend, and it just protects the hook from any weed and stops it getting caught up. But of course it's designed to look like a frog and make quite a lot of surface disturbance. So it's a frog popper. It makes a little popping sound when I pull it, and it looks a little bit like a frog. And let's face it, in this kind of terrain, you probably would find a lot of frogs, and make no mistake about it, pike love to eat frogs.
You have a look, that lure inside the water. It looks so funny.
Now I don't know whether that puts them off. Sometimes they come to the popping sound, sometimes it puts them off. Bloop, bloop, bloop. It's just a wicked fly. It's so much fun to come to places like this where you get lots of small wild pike, and you can try all kinds of different styles, and a lot of them will work. Small pike are really fun because they're very aggressive and they'll eat pretty much anything. They'll start off on a diet of small insects, things like dragonfly larvae, damselfly larvae, and then when they're big enough to eat fish, they can grow much quicker, but anything is fair game to a small pike. They'll have a go at fishes, insects, frogs, you name it, they'll eat it, and that makes them really good targets. And they're a lot of fun to fish for if you're inventive in the way you go about it. You know, so often back at home, we get really hung up on trying to catch big fish, and we forget about the fun you can have with fishing. And small pike are a great way to have fun. One of the nice things about being on the island is that you've got to be self-sufficient. And one of my jobs is to chop the firewood, which I must say I find quite therapeutic. But it's lovely when you've been out on the lake to come back to a nice fire. It's autumn now, and of course the seasons are turning, so the nights are going a bit chilly. And it's really nice fishing with Bab. She's keen. She wants to catch lots of fish and the biggest fish in the lake. And I suppose I do too, but over the years I've changed a little bit, and when you start out in life, you want to catch the most fish. And then when you've caught lots of fish, you want to catch the biggest fish. And then eventually, if you're lucky, I think, you reach another phase where you actually want to catch the fish the hardest way. And if you don't do a lot of fishing, it might be surprising to you that sometimes I just want to go fly fishing and stuff. But it's because I've caught lots of fish, and that's the way I really want to catch them. And I can enjoy catching small fish just as much as big ones these days. But for me, coming out to a place like this, you've really got to enjoy the atmosphere and the solitude. And it's very important when you come to wilderness places to enjoy the experience and smell the roses along the way. Oh, it's chilly today, Miss Bab.
Oh, it is cold here.
It is cold, isn't it?
I wear merino underwear.
Yeah, me too.
Perfect.
Exactly the same. Well, our short adventure in the wilderness is almost over, and in a way it's a good thing really, because it's gone really, really cold. The wind's switched over to the northwest and it's really hacking down the lake. The air's full of drizzle and it's not pleasant out here. We've got just a couple of hours before the float plane comes in to collect us. So we're going to spend that time doing a little bit of trolling for walleyes, and then I'm going to throw the fly at them. To be honest, I don't think our chances of catching the walleye on the fly are great today, but that's not the end of the story, because we'll find walleyes elsewhere on our Ontario adventure. Really, I think we're just seeing out time now because it's gone quite nasty, and to be quite honest, I'm quite looking forward to getting on the float plane and back to the mainland.
Oh man, the water temperature falls very down. 5 degrees colder than yesterday.
Yeah, I think what's happened, Babs, is that northwest wind, the wind's changed direction and it's pushing the cold water back into the bay. It's turned it over, and well, it could be tricky.
Yeah, hopefully we catch one, but
it's almost as if this place is telling us to go now. When we got here, the sun was shining and everything seemed warm and kind of friendly, and now the lake's saying, okay, you've had your fun,
go.
Time to go here.
You know, the lake is so big, a lot of water, a lot of bays, and it's so difficult to find the fish in 3 days or 2 days. Or
Yeah, and when we finished, when you look at the area that we've managed to fish,
yeah.
and then you look at the whole lake on the map,
Oh yeah.
you'll realise we've fished just a tiny, tiny part.
Yeah, right. And mostly the big fish stand only in two places in the whole area. So to find this area.
Very difficult.
Yeah, very difficult. Without a guy, without. Yeah. No.
We'll have a look. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. You've watched Benny Hill, haven't you? All German people like Benny Hill.
Yeah. Got one,
Oh,
got
yes,
one.
yes.
Oh, what's that?
I've got a fish too.
You caught one too?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a double
retrieve.
strike.
Mine's a pike.
Oh, a pike too.
Ah. So we're catching pike, but not walleye, Babs. Lots of pike. This little guy wants to jump all the time. There he is. one hook out. Let's get the other one.
Yeah, the teeth stuck.
There he is.
I try really my best to find the walleye, but
You can only do your best.
where are they? Where's Wally the walleye?
Wally the walleye.
Oh, got one. Oh.
Have you got one?
Yeah.
Good.
No, it isn't. No, it's a walleye.
Yay!
Yay! We found the walleyes. Oh, look at that.
Well, we've been a little bit delayed by bad weather this morning, but eventually the float plane's got here, and now we're going to board it, take a 45-minute ride across to the mainland where we're going to pick up the car, and then we've got a 2-hour drive into one of Ontario's major cities, Thunder Bay, located on the shores of the world's biggest lake, Lake Superior. Say goodbye to the wilderness.
The outpost camp was a glimpse of the true wilderness. We've lived life at different pace, catching and eating fish, looking for berries and making fires. I loved our island and being far away from civilization. People often say they couldn't live without their mobile phone and Wi-Fi, but they haven't been to Seseganaga. I feel sure one day I will return.
Brad, thanks a lot, mate. Brilliant.